Hey friends, so welcome back to my channel. So today I was going to do a quick video on meeting our goats. We've had our goats for a few months now. We actually got them like right as like all the quarantine stuff started. And don't mind my kid. He's getting all muddy. And Kiki's here. We're just hanging out in the Moby wrap because I'm trying to get outside and do more stuff. Just like get out and get into my normal routine because it just helps with my anxiety. Because you know, when everything changes and you can't do your normal things and have your normal routine, it's really hard. So anyway, so without further ado, let's meet our goats. All right, so we have 3 goats. We have Mike, Sully, and Boo. Yes, they're from Monsters Inc. because we kind of have, whatchamacallit, we do kind of Disney-ish themes. So the shelter that we built for right now, it's just kind of a temporary thing, is it's basically this tent that we got from Costco, and it was like $250, and it's like a garage 10 by 20, I think, tent. And in here, yeah, in here we built 2 stalls for pallets. Actually, I'll come inside and show you guys. Ugh. Trying to keep them from getting out. Good job, Say. Anyway, so what we did is we just used pallets that were left over from building the house. We basically made a couple stalls. So this in general, I've seen a lot of people literally make something like this as like their shelter. So we basically put it inside a tent. The hope is eventually we will swap out the canvas for like aluminum siding or something. And we just built, this is kind of their permanent pen. Because what you can do with goats and what we're planning on doing is, if you can see, we have a bunch of brush right over there that just needs like a bunch of weeds and stuff that we want to like eat down and then just put grass seed down. So there's Boo. She's very skittish. She's our myotonic goat, which aka fainting goat. And these guys are Nigerian dwarfs.
And every time it's a short stem and I use it, I make sure they don't nip my
okay.
nails.
Yeah, and she's been feeding them. They love blackberries. So this whole area was completely overgrown. And as you can see, they've eaten all this down. So the fencing goes all the way down the hill and then right back up around. And we did this literally in like one day. It was actually really cool. So we put this fencing up in a day, which was really kind of nice that it didn't take too long. But yeah, you can see they've already eaten through a lot of this, and there's still more kind of down the hill. But this area, like, there was a bunch of stumps and just tree, like there's some tree rounds over there that the previous owner, before we bought this property, they logged it. And my understanding, basically what happened is, as soon as you come in to say hi, Sully, jeez, I can't get their names right sometimes. Anyway, but they just left like all this, basically it's garbage. It's just, you know, down trees and stuff. So it really isn't usable until we like get this all cleaned out. So having the goats here, make sure that it gets all cleaned out. So yeah, so these are our goats, and I think they're pretty happy for the most part. They seem to be. So the nice thing about goats is like we feed them once a day, like this grain mix, and then they also have like a mineral lick. And then basically they just eat on brush the rest of the day. So hopefully as summer starts coming and things get easier.
Whoa!
They're jumping. They like to jump on me. They're very friendly. These guys are super friendly. And she's very skittish, but she thinks I have food. And that's why she's all up in my grill, because she's not normally like that. Hi, Boo! Yep, so she's a myotonic, which basically means if she gets too scared, she will literally stiffen up and fall over. And it's really funny. But Mia, let's not feed them the straw, though. We need to save that for their bed, okay? No more. So anyway, so yeah.
Can we say
These are our goats.
that straw?
So yeah, it's so frustrating. Every time I've tried to film these goats like 3 or 4 times, I get like a phone call in the middle of it. So having goats so far has not been too hard. I'm not really sure what I expected, but you know, you see a lot of people that are like, oh, they're super easy. And then there's a lot of people like, oh no, they're not easy. So far, we haven't had too many issues. Like I said, we got the boys in mid-February. So before lockdown stuff started. And then we got the girl, Boo, in like, I think it was like not quite mid-March, like right, basically I think it was like right before the stay-at-home order, which worked out really well because I would have been really frustrated if we didn't get to go get her, because I don't think she came from a very good situation. She's really skittish, and where we picked her up at, it was like this really kind of rundown house, and they had they bred and showed like King Corsos, which are like, I guess they're also called Italian Mastiffs. So they're huge. beautiful dogs, but very aggressive. And the lady basically, she had like a full herd, and I guess like over the winter, a lot of them died. And I think she had Boo as like a baby, like one of her goats had babies, and that was the baby. So the other goats, I guess, were older. And so she was by herself, which for goats, it's not really good for them to be by themselves because they're herd animals. And she would get chased by the dogs like every day. So we were really like, weren't so sure, but I mean, and the price was right because the thing is, we didn't want to spend a lot of money. And so for our two boys, they're wethers, so it means that they can't have babies. And they were like 75 a piece, so it was 150 for them, and then for her it was 150 because she's a doe. So technically we could breed her, and we're kind of considering it because I guess myotonic goats are pretty popular around here, and they're like really good. They're basically pets, and they're basically like they're good for eating the brush. So our plan is you can like basically put goats on like a lead, like a dog lead, and you can put them out in like a field, and they'll just like munch on brush all day. So that's our goal. We're either gonna do that. Corbin's playing up on the little play structure. We're either going to do that or we're going to do like get some temp fencing. But, you know, due to the pandemic, our finances are kind of, you know, we're trying just to be really careful about what we're spending our money on because obviously my husband's work is not not necessarily consistent anymore due to it. And it's like, I guess they're having like, how do I put it delicately? Like they're not sure if it's essential or not. So, and there's a lot of like job sites that have shut down because of it. I mean, and truthfully, there are like we understand, but I'm also like really worried, like how long is this going to last? I'm okay doing it for a little while, but I'm really worried that like, you know, there might not be a job for him to come back to. At least there is unemployment, but I don't want to rely on that. I want him working. I mean, if I could work, I would, but anyway, so that's what we're doing. I know it's kind of, so you'll probably see them in a lot more vlogs and stuff because that's kind of what we're doing. In some ways it's been nice because it keeps kids entertained, it keeps the girls entertained, and it's kind of, it gives me something to do during the day, just kind of taking care of them. So that's nice. So anyway, I hope you like this. And if you have any questions or tips or tricks about goats, please leave them below. And I'll see you all next time.